Oh, yeah. What up, man? Hey, good day. Happy holiday season. Because anytime you just after Thanksgiving or Blackout Wednesday, really, I count it. After Blackout Wednesday, it's just the holiday season until January 2nd. All right. So happy holiday season from the FBC POD. Man, it is time to talk about wrestling because you know what? Even though it might feel pretty light, as far as the news, there's some important things to talk about in this wrestling world, man. And who better than us to tell you about it? So without further ado, man, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Get ready for the first Black Champ podcast, and I'm still the pick. Yep. Podcast Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port.
And now I'm the VP and DOC, JR Bang, and I am announcing to y'all today that I am entering the 2024 Royal Rumble.
Hey. Hysteria.
Yeah.
Hysteria.
I'm entering the Royal Rumble. Just like everybody else who's going to be making these announcements, knowing damn well I'm still advocating for this. We need the Royal Rumble Center, right? Yeah. Control Center. And we need Caleb Braxton just be like, entering this year's Royal Rumble. And then you got the music behind and they showing the photos and shit. We need that back, y'all. But rate, like, subscribe, download Barbershop Network, the home of First Black Champ Podcast. Make sure you get that merch. Follow us on all socials at dfbc.pod. We are starting to get into the road to WrestleMania, which starts the road to WrestleMania and everything, and make it like the college football player. Now we don't want to do that, Brando, because then somebody's going to be Florida State, and they're going to be mad that they didn't get into the game.
I know, but I think that's the real plot twist. Like, yo, I want Akira Tozawa to be like, I'm entering Royal Rumble, and he'd be like, nah, fam, you're not. We're not doing that.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. I see what Brando is saying. Like, get everybody on the panel and then do the selection and then explain it. That's great too. So with combining your example with his example, it's like, yo, if that's not even say Tozawa, because he's been hilarious and shit. And I would love for him to do some shit there, all right, at the Royal Rumble. But let's say, damn, for lack of a better person to think about, let's say if Cedric Alexander was like, yo, I'm entering the Royal Rumble, you know, the panel like, wait a minute, fam.
It's like, nah, man. Hey, yo, we gave your spot to Brian Breaker. You not in this. Like, no, you're not. Yeah, it's 30 WWE superstars, but 7 of them from NXT.
We figure it out. You could be in the rest of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, right.
Where everybody starts in there, but we don't want to hear your entrance music, so we're not going to. We're not going to. All right, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna go somewhere else.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm old and I've been getting old. I feel, matter of fact, I could ask you this question before we get to this, because I think that's a good segue as far as like the Royal Rumble and like criteria and all that stuff. So, Camp, I've been on sipwhiskey.com. I've been on sipwhiskey.com like all week for some reason, fam. I don't know why. I've just been on there looking at tequila.
Okay.
But then I had to think about it. Like, if I could tell you my top 5 sites that I visit outside of work, like ESPN to be number 1, CNN be number 2. Sip Whiskey might be number 3 at this point.
Dang. An evolving taste. I mean, well, you know what?
Is that what it is? Like, this is I'm just trying to change my palate of tequila or some shit.
But you know what? At the same time, though, I think it's now, though.
Amazon is actually number 3 and Sip Whiskey number 4.
Oh, yeah. And Amazon default to everybody's top 5 is no surprise. I think even if you're 17, That's Amazon is probably your top 5. But no, you know what? I think it's because now, you've been a drinker, right? So that ain't really the shock. I think now, though, you're probably looking for drinks to come with an experience. As you like trying to do like your little pairings and your no, not little, you know what I'm saying, but you're doing your pairings and you're doing your, hey, yo, this is a good night. If we having a kickback or we just kicking it, let's do this. Oh, me and the wife, we can do this with this one. So like, I think that's probably what you really in it for now. It's not just like, hey, yo, let's get this bottle, let's get drunk. Like you did that. Yeah, you mastered that. You mastered that. Get the bottle and get drunk with my niggas. You mastered that. Now you like, yo, man, no, you know what? This is the vibe for this. We gonna grab this one. This bottle is out here now. Or you know what's gonna be good with this? We get some of this. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let me pull this out. My pops is coming through. Pee Wee coming through. We gotta bring this out for them. They ain't on this.
Them. They don't appreciate. Them motherfuckers get them a Bud Light or Budweiser and they happy.
Yeah, see?
Like, I'm out here looking at like $200 bottles, you know what I'm saying? And not just Don Julio, my G's, like, no Chase Azul. Like, I'm out here looking like, yo, so what's up with this Tequila Ocho? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been looking at the Instagram videos and shit telling you, don't buy this, buy this.
You know what's next? Y'all know what's next?
What's that?
Bar Cart Bang. Bar Cart Bang is about to happen.
Hey.
So I don't know if it's on anybody's Christmas list for you. Hey, but look, y'all gotta get my man. Hey, I might even have to go get the bar cart because Bar Cart Bang is about to be a thing. 2024.
Yes.
Bar Cart Bang. Watch.
You're right. You're right. Like, pull out the cabinet. Like, which one you want?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never heard of these because y'all be just going to the liquor store and buying what y'all saw at the club.
Right.
Got y'all. We go drink differently in 2024. You just made me feel a little bit better. Cause I've been on sip whiskey just like, yo,
like, yo, man,
but now you made me feel you bad. Hey, baby, I want a bar cart for Christmas.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, man, Bar Cart Bang, man. It's a thing. It's official. First Black Champ told you first. Like, we tell y'all everything. Look, wrestling, life, we put it all together and we deliver it to y'all, man. This is what we
have
do.
A small glass just swishing the little ice around.
Yeah.
Either little one block of ice or just, chill. Man,
yeah,
man. Before I start buying liquor that I can't afford right now. Let's go back to my man Brando's point, right?
Yeah.
About the college football playoff when it comes to the Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble, we got Cody who said he's in it. CM Punk before he signed with Raw is like, yo, I'm gonna be at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
He basically told Seth it is what it is. I win this joint. I might be seeing you. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But just thinking about the college football playoff, right? And you got about a group of 13 people who watch all of the games, and they got their set criteria of who should be in the top 4 in college football and stuff. It was a bit of a controversy this year because Florida State met the criteria, but because their star quarterback got his leg mangled, because literally if the quarterback was healthy, they'd be in. But since he got his leg mangled, the Florida State was not able to meet the 4 requirement to be in the college football playoff because they do take into account injuries and stuff like that. So Alabama, who ends up winning the SEC, they enter into the college football playoff. Plus, it's like, yo, ain't no member of the SEC gonna miss this shit. So, you're telling your hand, basically, college football playoff. But if we were to have a college football playoff type top 4 pick for the top 4 members, the last 4 in the Royal Rumble, who would that last 4 be to you if you were on a panel, you were leading a panel, and you had to go announce these would be the last 4 people in the Royal Rumble, college football players, playoff style, like I just explained to you.
My last 4. I would do something like Trick Williams. Then I would go and to make it spicy, you go Damian Priest, because he's already the double champ. He's the Money in the Bank holder, and in the Royal Rumble. It's like, yo, why does he get so many opportunities? But hey, he's just a good person to have in there again, and that's my Slay Me Superstar of the year.
So you got the young wrestler that is on a hot streak. You got probably one of the most consistent wrestlers of 2023.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then, and this is obviously barring that nobody else has been in it. Solo Sikoa. You know what I'm saying? Because
we're gonna talk about that later on in the show.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And because every Royal Rumble has a surprise that's not a surprise, but kind of is a surprise, we got to throw a legend in there. And even though I don't know, because the way they do their contracts over there, anything is possible. Edge. Because Adam Copeland is signed with AEW. But Edge is always WWE.
Yeah.
That would be my 4 to be like, oh, shit. Like, yo, we got to check out the Royal Rumble.
I like the Damian Priest pick because Damian Priest is probably the most consistent. When you look at big matches, when you look at big matches, I'm starting to think, just based off what you said, how many wrestlers have been in more big matches this year than Damian Priest?
Man, yeah, and I think he was already up by May.
Yeah.
like he was up by May.
Damian Priest has been in a prime spot all year long. Yeah. Bad Bunny, Money in the Bank, War Games, other shit sprinkled in. WrestleMania, like the day after WrestleMania and all of that stuff. Damian Priest is probably most consistent this year. So I'm gonna put him in there. Like that is I'm gonna put him. Right. I'm gonna put him there. So that's one of mine. 2, I will agree with you, Solo. For the first time, Roman Reigns has just called them Solo too. So that last name's about to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's a clear sign. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that later. But it's now a clear sign. That last name's gonna go, y'all. It's gonna go, He's just a cup now. He's just Solo. So that I will put him in there. Gunther.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Goon. My man Goon.
The man who's going to be in the Final Four the next 3 years.
The next 3 years, y'all. Yeah,
book it.
My number 4. Priest, Solo, Goon, and I'm gonna put Braun. Because even in his losses, he's looked dominant. And he's probably the one wrestler on all brands outside of Solo. When they lose, they look dominant. So yeah, I'll go Priest, Solo, Goon, Braun Breaker in the college football playoff. Now I know some of y'all might be like, well, why is Cody not there? I think Cody, that storyline took a dip, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Storyline took a dip. Like, give you a perfect example. We said Damian Priest is probably the most consistent in big spots. Cody Rhodes wrestled Dominic Mysterio before Dominic Mysterio was where he is now.
Facts. Yeah.
In the squash. So it's just like, oh, we just giving him shit to do.
Right.
Seth, Seth, I would think about, Seth, but he's a champ. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't do him like that. LA Knight started WrestleMania. I don't want to, y'all know, it's kind of a sensitive subject now. So LA Knight wasn't LA Knight how we see LA Knight now.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. Like if we was doing the college football playoff style and you had to pick the last four and whoever wins this wins the Royal Rumble and they go to pick who they want to go against, who would be your top four if you and your homies got together in the room? Like, who the fuck we picking, fam? Who the fuck we picking? And then, we go from there. All right, man. Speaking of the bloodline, it wouldn't be right if we didn't do this. All right, man. So it looks like as the bloodline turns, it's about to rev up a bit. Randy Orton has officially challenged Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. But at the beginning of the show, when Roman Reigns made his long-awaited appearance back on the show, he stated that the next tribal chief is going to be Solo. Jimmy woke up like it was going to be him.
Yeah.
But then when he said Solo and embraced him, Jimmy was like, yo, shit. What about me, cuz? I mean, bro, what's going to happen with me? Now, I bring this up because once the breakup of the brothers happened, everybody thought that we're going to get Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania. Gonna throw this out here, y'all. I don't think we getting that. I think we're going to get a reunion with the brothers because somebody going to save somebody. Because it seems like to me, Jimmy officially is like, yo, what's going to happen with me? But I might be wrong. This is wrestling. But when I look at Jay, I know main event Jay is main event Jay. But am I wrong? Just let me know this, Camp. Am I wrong in thinking that main event Jay is not going the way that folks expected? Not because of talent. It's because of bodies. So if I'm wrong in thinking that this may force a reunion of the brothers, perhaps, and we'll see a new face version of the Usos soon, or in 2024 period.
Right. Yeah, no, I think you're I don't think you're off, because for Jay Uso specifically, if like the bloodline was on Raw and he defected to SmackDown, he would be winning the United States Championship tournament to me. That's what he would be doing. Even though I love how they did the Maury show vignette before the title match with Seth.
Yeah.
I still feel that he
lost clean as shit.
Yeah.
To Seth.
Yes, absolutely. So and with that, and not that I expected Gunther to lose, but I also think that he should have been going for the Intercontinental Championship instead of trying to turn Miz face for what we knew was going to happen anyway, face or heel. I thought that was the more compelling situation. I thought that showed that he was truly the next tribal chief, because nobody just defects from being the greatest tag team champion of all time, or one of them, to then being the world heavyweight champion like anywhere. Like it's never happened for anybody to my knowledge. I don't think it happened to Sting. It didn't happen to Ric Flair, Austin, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't think of the guy.
Bret Hart was a 2-time Intercontinental Champion before he beat Ric Flair. Shawn Michaels was an Intercontinental Champion before he won his first world title. So basically what you're saying is that he needs that stepping stone title before we get to that point.
Absolutely. So, although I love what they did, and the Jay versus Seth match was dope. It was a really good match. But, he still needs to hold a mid-card title. Now, I don't think the move now is sending him to NXT to win the North American title. I don't think that's the move. If he's main event Jay, then he needs to be Gunther or Logan Paul. That's what needs to happen, because you definitely make a statement about you definitely make a statement beating Logan Paul or whoever wins that tournament, right? You definitely make a statement with the U.S. title, but you definitely make a statement if the longest reigning tag team champion, the guy that also made the Bloodline story a thing, and his presence is felt in the aftermath of it, that guy beating Gunther makes sense, even if we don't see or want to see Gunther lose. It just makes sense, because he's now officially gotten more world title opportunities than the guy holding the longest reigning Intercontinental title reign ever, who should have gotten more than him last year. He should have been above him by last year, and that ain't happened either.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. Which is why I had brought that up, because we're not gonna see no character change with Jimmy Uso, y'all. Jimmy Uso, I don't know if I'm wrong. Like, I love the Usos. Y'all know I love the Usos.
For sure.
And I like Jay as main event Jay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to beat Drew McIntyre.
Right.
Now, if he would have beat Drew McIntyre, I think that would have definitely made my point a whole lot different.
Mm-hmm.
But, he lose to Seth, then he lose to Drew. Right? And it's like, okay, yeah, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Because you would have lost to Seth, but then rebounded, would have lost, beating Drew if that was the case.
Yeah.
The point is that with Jimmy is the Samoan version of R-Truth at this point.
For sure.
But it's a little bit mixed in. Jimmy's a glorified jobber at this point. And this is what I mean by this. He's in a prime spot. Because I'm going to give y'all a wrestler, y'all. He's in a prime spot. Big spot. With a manager, one of the largest wrestlers in the company, in a faction, and he wins matches against lesser opponents. But when he goes against the top wrestlers, he takes the L for the team. And the team is looking at him basically like, all right, man, you just here. We're giving love to Roman, of course. Now we got Solo. And it's you. Jimmy Uso is the Red Rooster.
Shout out to Terry Taylor. Or
Terry Taylor. Or Terry, right? The most computerized man of the 90s or whatever that was. He's the Red Rooster. And here's what I mean by that. Look what I just told y'all. He's in the faction. Terry Taylor was in the Heenan family. He's there with one of the biggest wrestlers in the company, in the world. Terry Taylor was over there with Andre the Giant. Roman Reigns is the bloodline. You got another wrestler that's starting to get boosted up and starting to get love. That's Solo. Similar to Mr. Perfect. You're just here taking L's to big name opponents, but beating lesser wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's the Red Rooster. You win the match on Superstars. You win the match on Wrestling Challenge. You win the matchup on those. But then when it's time, right, primetime wrestling. But then when it's time for you to wrestle on Saturday night's main event, when it's time for you to wrestle at the pay-per-view, you take an L. Red Rooster. And now you're trying to figure out what's left for you inside of the faction. Because you got Roman, and then you got the anointed one, which is Solo, just like Mr. Perfect was, who ended up winning the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to be Jimmy Uso versus Paul Heyman at WrestleMania, like it was the Red Rooster versus Bobby the Brain Heenan. Not saying that. What I'm saying is that you have Roman, Solo,
yeah. And but also to your point though, once Bobby was done with the Red Rooster, who did he send after him?
The
Mr.
Brooklyn
Perfect.
Brawler. No,
well, him too.
Brawler first.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Brooklyn Brawler. I forgot because the Brooklyn Brawler was hired for about 4 weeks to be a part of the family, but he was like, "Yo, you can't get it done." Oh, Kurt, like get out of here. So,
bow.
Yeah, I do think now with this, and this is not my guarantee, but I do think what's left for Jimmy is Solo Sikoa. Or sorry, Solo, no Sikoa. I think that's what's next for him. And I think he finds that out at the Royal Rumble.
Is it more likely? Okay, so let me ask you this question. Is it more likely that it would be Solo versus John Cena or Solo versus Jimmy, where Jimmy cost Solo the match against John Cena?
Yeah, Solo versus Jimmy. I think that's the most likely. I think even though it was done in a very to be continued fashion, one thing John Cena will do is put over Samoans. That's what he'll do, and he has a history of putting over Samoans. And I think that even though I wanted more from the story, I wanted to be the twist, the plot twist of the character that is John Cena. And I'm not saying it's like he's not going to come back, but I just think that, they built him as the greatest of all time and had him die by homicide in Saudi Arabia. Wild, considering that he is like the Patriot, the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Nikolai Volkov when he got a citizenship, the Sergeant Slaughter before General Adnan of wrestling today. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when they did Tribute to the Troops, they said, we got a special clip. They played the whole John Cena like DVD segment for the Tribute to the Troops. So nothing like beating the greatest of all time, who happens to be an avid supporter of our men and women in the armed forces, to die by homicide in Saudi Arabia to a Samoan.
Yeah, but the writer strike and the actor strike is over.
That's true.
I ain't got to come back here.
That's true. And I'm saying, even when he does come back, it will be just to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's to get the rematch. He died by homicide. Solo over. So Solo had a week of promotion and a chance to say something and not say nothing because Paul Heyman was there. So I really think it was establishing him as new Umaga. That's what I think it is now because
new Umaga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even think Solo needed it, but that's got to be his stat since they're not giving him title shots either. Another guy, again, my picks to win the United States Championship didn't even get entered in the tournament. They didn't get entered. And all year, I've been telling y'all the 3 people that should hold the belt. Jey Uso, LA Knight, Solo. None of them get the shot. The only other person I got is Grayson Waller. And hey, they threw him in the tournament at least.
And he caught an L. Matter of fact, him and Austin Theory caught the L.
Yeah, I was like, so man, so y'all really believe in this team, or this was just for play? Like, I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, man, I agree. I agree. Like, nobody's saying Jimmy Uso's about to get a future endeavor, y'all. What I'm saying is that I don't like this Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
The Jimmy Uso we supposed to have is nobody's bitch.
Yeah.
But he's everybody's bitch at this point. Now, maybe he realizes that he's nobody's bitch, and then he beats up his brother and runs out before his cousin tried to get his ass. And then we get Jimmy versus Solo at WrestleMania, where before the match is over or after the match, we get a true Usos reunion because Jay like, yo, I can't let my brother go out like this. I need to fix it between the bros and shit. But they realize Solo is like far off. Matter of fact, we didn't grow up with him. He's a little bit younger than us. And he was out there in the streets going crazy. He's everything like our dad said that he was when he was 5'2" up in these streets. So we were a little bit different. So we're going to be a tag team again. And Solo, you're just going to be new Maga. And then we have Roman, who loses finally to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania type shit. And that's how the bloodline breaks up. Like everybody goes their own way type of shit. Because then Jimmy is on on Raw with Jay and shit. And Solo is now challenging Cody Rhodes on SmackDown for the World Championship. I might have gave y'all a whole last storyline WWE and might not just realized it.
Hey, no, for sure. I definitely got to plan out a certain way. Depending on what we talk about, it's gonna be my guarantee. So, but I'll save it. I'll save it because it's in the same lines of what you're saying though. Like it's been on the front of our mind, but I was like, oh, let me wait. But no, since we're talking about it, we might have to talk about it.
Yeah. So, but that's where we are at with as the bloodline turns, switching it to Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, the potential matchup at Royal Rumble. Were you okay with how that segment went with Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, or did you feel like a little bit disappointed?
See, I'm conflicted because I called this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, we about to just get Randy talking and maybe fighting everybody else, but the Royal Rumble is where he goes to fight Roman Reigns. Again, it just wrote itself. Now, the only thing that would make it even better is that, Randy Orton loses, and they do the trilogy, and it ends at WrestleMania. That's the only thing that could happen here that I could be like, well, damn, yeah, I'm not impressed with this at all. But see, this is the thing with Roman Reigns now, right? Over 1,200 days as the champ. And we kind of know everything that's about to happen. The reason why this was uninteresting is because that kind of promo don't work on Randy Orton. Randy Orton invented that promo. He invented hey, bro, you come in here with me, you're not coming back. Like That's what the whole punch to the head thing was. That's what the legend killer thing was. Like, he's done this. That's why this is the right person to take the title off of Roman Reigns. Because essentially, when he was even younger than Roman Reigns is now, Randy Orton did this already. So it's the revelation looking yourself in the mirror and saying, oh, we should have did this a minute ago, huh? but you couldn't. But you couldn't because injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, let's just say that, look, leukemia is real. So I don't want to sound insensitive or say something like that. But had the tribal chief character been a thing before the leukemia, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, this hits much harder because Randy Orton's still in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? And then he can go on the run and they can really have the talk. But so much has transpired because he comes back healthy, well, goes on the run. Honestly, this should have been one of the stories that solidified the tribal chief run.
And it definitely could have if the injury does not happen.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, 3 years ago, Randy Orton was Randy Orton was wrestling Edge, doing the greatest wrestling match ever. And really what he should have been doing is, the Apex Predator was the tribal chief before we called the tribal chief a thing. Like, that should have been the story. And because now because you've already beat Cena. Now you got to beat the other guy that ran this era before you got here.
I'll go one. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'll go one better. Mm-hmm. Because even though we do like this person, it's like, we are at a can you go away type shit. Randy Orton should have been Brock Lesnar in Roman Reigns' time as the champ. Should have been Randy Orton. He shouldn't have not been Brock Lesnar. Is basically what you're saying.
Absolutely. Because Brock Lesnar already got Cena and Taker. Those are his two. So why now is he the one for Roman Reigns? Like, I get it in perspective. I get it in retrospect. But, again, we just saw, like, Randy Orton didn't turn up because he was like, I heard this before. Oh, wait, this is me. Like, oh, okay, how do I combat myself? And look, and it's cool. It's going to work. I think the match is going to be great, and whatever they decide to do with the story is going to be great. But even the fact that he ended it by calling him a legend, and he's a legend killer. What has Roman Reigns been doing as a tribal chief? He's started with taking out legends. And then he started creating a couple and got rid of them too. Like, again, Randy Orton's done this. That's why this don't slap, because we like Randy as a tweener. Yeah, we be cheering. Randy's a tweener or a heel. He's never a face ever.
Yeah, we don't like full-fledged face Randy.
Yeah. And he's going against a guy that is just greater as a heel or a tweener, even though they did a couple face runs that just didn't work. They tried Randy being the face one time, and he hurt his shoulder, and they changed all of that.
Right. Well, after he got dunked by Evolution, they changed.
That was the second time.
But he was out here wilding too, behind the scenes and shit. He was out here having threesomes and foursomes with the belt, and like
he was too busy being the character Austin Theory should be if he knew a thing or two about what to do with his wrestling career.
There we go. Man, I'll say this, and this is one I'm gonna give you your flowers. I think while I don't think it's gonna happen, we're gonna get Roman versus Cody 2 at WrestleMania and all that, and I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it unless Cody loses. Now, we both said last year, y'all gonna be mad because Cody gonna lose. But if they do Cody versus Roman again at WrestleMania, Cody gotta win. Fuck it. Cody gotta win. Roman takes a little bit of a break. Then cool. Because if we do 2 WrestleManias in a row where Cody Rhodes lose in the last night, I don't mind if anybody in Philadelphia rush the ring. Be like, fuck this.
Right.
Y'all tripping now. Yeah, this is not what it's not what we paid for. I don't mind if y'all get on the internet and just start going nuts and bananas. I'll find Triple H's address, send them all a hate mail, call the WWE hotline, all that shit. Bite this, call in and bite this. If Cody Rhodes goes to WrestleMania versus Roman Reigns and loses again, do what y'all want to do.
Yeah, man.
But
do y'all.
But here's the but. The biggest but of them all. Shouts out to Sir Mix-a-Lot. I think you are 100% right. To the point where I will say this. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton don't hit at no other pay-per-views other than WrestleMania and SummerSlam. You can't do that shit at a In Your House. You can't do that shit at a Bad Blood. You can't do that shit at a Taboo Tuesday.
Nah.
You can't do this shit at no other pay-per-view other than WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Yeah. It don't hit at the Royal Rumble because even though it's weeks until the Royal Rumble, we're focused on the Royal Rumble because historically the Royal Rumble main event for the title be anticlimactic. It's like, oh man, they just filling the Bob Holly in to go up against Brock Lesnar. Like it's not John. This does not feel like John Cena and Edge because Edge won the Money in the Bank and that New Year's Revolution. He ended up using it to get the title. So it's like John Cena about to go back and get the shit that he wanted in the first place, but he got it taken from him over some Money in the Bank shit. This does not even feel like that.
Right.
This feels like, all right, man, Randy Orton gonna lose, and Randy Orton is bigger than losing at the Royal Rumble. You want him to lose at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns? All right, cool. You want him to lose at SummerSlam? That's cool too. Mm-hmm. This don't have the feeling that I want it to have. And the only way you have that feeling is at WrestleMania or SummerSlam. That's why I do understand your trilogy pitch. Because it's like it's Randy Orton.
Right.
It ain't LA Knight.
Right. Respectfully.
Like,
but it's Randy Orton, bro.
It's Randy Orton. You're not supposed to give Randy Orton the one-off. And he's not even going to be at the Royal Rumble in the match. So it's like, okay.
Right. It's like, and we get it. They put the Royal Rumble in stadiums now, but still. It's still Randy Orton. It's still Randy Orton. Formerly the youngest world heavyweight champion ever. Formerly, a 2-time WrestleMania headliner? 2?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, man, this ain't the route.
So I understand why you said what you said, because it's like it's Randy Orton. We about to one-off my man here. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see my man in no goddamn what's that shit? I don't want to see him in no goddamn Elimination Chamber match. Trying to win a chance. Like, no, man, it's Randall Keefe, my G. Right. All right, man. So Randy Orton is signed with SmackDown, and we got this. But Lord Jesus, I think the CM Punk shit didn't hit in the way that it was supposed to hit finally.
Yeah, for sure.
First, and before we even go there, I don't know if it's the Performance Center. And let me start by saying this. No homo, y'all. Pause, no homo. Let's get all that shit out the way.
For sure.
I don't know if it's the Performance Center. I don't know if it's the cameras. I don't know if it's the less stress. But goddamn, the WWE is 3 for 3 for white men looking real good on camera. All right, because Randy Orton came back, look great, y'all, buff and shit. CM Punk, hell, look at the pictures of CM Punk. CM Punk in the picture with Corey J looked like a whole different CM Punk. Yeah. Like he looked like CM Punk on supplements and no stress.
Right. Yeah.
And then you got AJ Styles come back. AJ Styles ain't looked like this since this motherfucker was in like TNA 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Hey, yo. Hey, I think AJ Styles is about to receive his AARP card next year.
Right.
And he looked like he just turned 27. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
When he came in the ring, I was like, the fuck? Like, did somebody tell, like, did he just get off of drugs or something? Like, I ain't tell he was a crackhead or whatever. I was like, did he go through a 30-day step help program and was like, yo, I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm in the best shape of my career and I'm sober. Like, and I've been next to AJ Styles in person, y'all. Mm-hmm. Like standing side by side each other at the airport in Atlanta on the little train thing.
Okay.
That ain't who I saw on SmackDown, y'all. The man looked good. And I'm like, they 3 for 3 on white men. What is going on in the W? Is it not Vince? Like, is the reason why CM Punk, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles came back looking like they're in the best shape ever is that you ain't got to deal with Vince McMahon and Gorilla or what?
Man. Hey, because at least we know that it wasn't a fluke. Because when CM Punk came back, I was like, yo, why did he look? He aged backwards just that quick. He looked like he was out of commission 7 months ago. Like what's up here? But no, to see, AJ looks like an action hero. Randy looks like he could be an action hero or a champion in any combat sport. Like, and it's just like, oh man, y'all doing it. I think somebody was like, people are obviously abusing the wellness policy now that Vince is gone. But I was like, I don't know. They don't look 80s good. They look like, remember when everybody was doing the paleo diet?
Yeah.
Like they look like that, but stronger.
Yeah. Like it's either that or like our man Trey said, it's like, yo, either that or the WWE is putting Instagram filters on their camera. One or the other.
Oh man!
But the CM Punk in the photo with Corey Jade and
Nikita Lyons
and Roxanne and Nikita Lyons, like in those two pictures, CM Punk looks way better than he ever did.
Yeah.
Even in them other cameras in the WWE, I don't know.
Yeah, no, the best in the world cameras didn't do him any favors. Like
right,
2013 was not.
Hey, all I'm saying, that's why I started off by saying, like, pause on everything I'm saying right now. But the WWE is 3 for 3 in returns, and them folks looking like they went to Costa Rica. To a rehab center in Costa Rica, and they came back cloned or something because Randy Orton, CM Punk, AJ Styles, hey, take care of y'all bodies, fam. Y'all definitely don't look like Playboy Buddy Rose, at 45.
Yeah, the slim trim 232 pounder.
Yeah, that was like 350. But CM Punk has signed with Raw, so he's going to be with the Red brand. Did his promo, and then Seth Rollins music came on. Everybody in that audience, it's like, oh shit, about to go down. A verbal jousting,
for sure,
is about to go down. And there's CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. Mm-hmm. Then there's Kobe Lopez. And Phil Brooks.
Yeah.
That promo was Kobe Lopez and Phil Brooks setting up WrestleMania for CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. Colby had to tell Phil, I don't fuck with you. CM Punk, or dare I say, Phil Brooks is like, trying to turn over a new leaf. I'm going to just let you get your shit off because I know you hurt. I know you mad. And I know you upset about some of the things that I've said about you and this company for 10 years. I'm going to let you get them off. But then when you done, I'm going to say what I got to say. And if I win what I need to win, I'm going to beat your ass and show you that everything that I said for the past 10 years is true. You can't lace a boot with me. You think you can, but you only think you can because I ain't been here. And Colby, dare I say Seth Rollins, is like, bruh, if your ass would have been here, your ass would have got them joints. But you decide to leave. So fuck you talking about. You went over at AEW and was dealing with these less than ass niggas. Now you back. Now, I don't give a damn how good you look. I don't give a damn how friendly you are. Phil, you still got to deal with Colby.
Believe it.
What was your thoughts on the promo, the stare down, the tension in the air? How did you feel about Colby Lopez versus Phil Brooks?
It was exactly what I wanted. It was exactly what I wanted. And I'll say this. So look, I don't know what the internet did to that segment. I don't know what they did. I saw everybody taking a picture of the standoff, but I didn't read nobody's comments on nothing. What I love about this is, for the first time, people didn't run away with it. Like, oh, pipe bomb versus pipe bomb and all of that. No, we didn't get none of that. I think we got the truth. I think we got what's going to make whatever they do really real and really special. And when we look back on this, it won't make, headlines for being 5-star and all this, that, or whatever. But I think it will go down as one of the underrated, probably most underrated promo for Seth Rollins ever. Because on the flip side, it was so real, it was so truthful that even CM Punk didn't want to engage.
CM Punk. That's what I said. I think Colby came out and was like, yo, I'm about to get my shit off.
Yeah.
Phil was like, let me just let him get his shit off. I'm going to shut up. I'm just here. But when he done, though.
Yeah.
But he was just like,
yeah,
I fucked up.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm curious about with this new CM Punk stuff, too. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm with the Seth Rollins energy.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Because here is the deal. If all that was just because Vince was there, bro, that's why. That's wild. That's wild. If all of that was because Vince was there. And maybe this is, again, Vince was probably like, yo, that son of a bitch could never be here again. Like, over my dead body, over my damn dead body. He can't ever get out here again. It's probably what happened. And I think that CM Punk, and you know what? And you know what? No, you know what? I'm sorry, because I meant to say this, I think last week, or maybe the first time we heard from CM Punk and he realized he was back. CM Punk has had the luxury of seeing who he used to be and who he wanted to be in the tale of two companies.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? like he's with the Bucks and Kenny and Hangman and all them. He saw who he was. And he probably said, like, yo, this is why I wasn't getting it done. This is probably why I felt the way I felt. Because they're not mentally, they're not ready for the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back to the WWE and he sees Roman Reigns and he sees Seth Rollins. Again, two people that he was supposed to help usher in. But instead he shit on them. and it was like, but look, hey, bro, the last 10 years, wrestling been decent. And you ain't been here. So why should we feel anyway other than discuss that you are back? You know, again, he's between the team that didn't want him and the team that don't need him. So, but I don't like the Rock Cena promos that he cut. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't like the I'm home. I'm doing it for you guys. What do you guys think? Like, yo,
I got a theory on that. I have a theory on that. My theory is that until he gets in the ring and until he engages with somebody, he has to give you that. It's kind of like when you play WWE 2K on your PlayStation or your Xbox console, and you doing the GM mode, and you want to put a wrestler in the promo role that you're not going to be using so you can keep their momentum going. That's CM Punk right now in real time.
Okay.
We just got to give you some shit to say, have you walk around, you walk and you connect with some of the people. They look at you crazy, but none of them are going to be the people that you start truly engaging with. I think this is going to be next weekend, the week after next, where he's going to be wrestling Dominic Mysterio at a house show. So you could kind of expect Dominic Mysterio to be one of his first matches on TV. So he's going to start to get back in the ring and everything like that. So that's cool. But I believe that after he let Colby speak is the CM Punk that's coming. And I'm with you. I don't want to hit this We Are the World as Eminem and whatever the girl name is. I'm coming.
Haley. Halsey. I forget.
Whatever her name is. I don't want to hit Eminem I'm coming home next to any of your goddamn CM Punk videos, vignettes, and all this shit. And the crowd, yeah, let's CM Punk. Yeah. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
But because he wasn't put in front of somebody, that's what we gonna get in order to get the promo number up. But now, after Colby had to say what he had to say, that's when you saw the switch turn. Like, are you finished or are you done? You done? Thank you. Now I can be what I need to be me inside of this square circle, me to be what I need to be in the back, and me to be what I need to be in front of these people and TV. Because, man, I'm not going to lie to you. For somebody who's been watching wrestling for over 30 years, some of my, and I said it on this show, I told y'all, and I will continue, because the 80s was grudge match central.
Yeah, for sure.
I love grudge matches. Say that again. I love grudge matches more than I like title matches. And if they connect together, then I'm happy. Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan, that got me really, truly into this shit. Whereas WrestleMania 4 and a little bit before WrestleMania 4 really start the process of me watching wrestling on a daily basis, the Mega Powers Collide is what got me emotionally invested. All right. So when I see grudge match, when I see real heat, that's what draws me in. And when CM Punk, after Seth Rollins said what he had to say, that finally got me reinvested in CM Punk. Enough to say this: Triple H and whoever else is in charge, if y'all don't do Cody and Roman, I'm not even going to get mad. Because to me, the true main event of WrestleMania, the last match of the whole thing after Monday should be Seth freaking Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. If you ever wanted to know how you set up long-term storytelling, you look no further to me than Monday, because now we are now wondering how you gonna get to that in the first place. Do CM Punk win the Royal Rumble? Because now CM Punk's life is tied with Cody in a sense. Do I want CM Punk to win, or do I want Cody? Cody already lost last year, so maybe he don't need to win this shit. CM Punk win it. CM Punk, oh man, Roman don't like him too.
Right.
And he the Universal Champion. But I don't think that the WWE will let CM Punk defeat Roman Reigns, because you want to give somebody else that rub. But Seth Rollins really don't like this dude. Roman is like out of sight, out of mind, but if he come through, we'll make some money. Seth like, no, I don't fuck with you. I would rather see that at WrestleMania than I would rather see anything else, because it's real life heat attached to two wrestlers who are going to give you a great wrestling match. And we've said on this show already, Seth Rollins can have a great wrestling match with a broom, and you'll look at the broom and be like, yo, it was a great dance partner. Man, him and Seth Rollins, oh my God. CM Punk ain't no broom, y'all. He ain't the CM Punk that we saw in 2013. And maybe CM Punk is a bit overrated, but who could tell you a great story? CM Punk in that match. The same dude that looked at Vince McMahon and blew a kiss and took that title in All-State Arena and walked up that shit and then put that belt in his refrigerator is not the CM Punk that you gonna get in this match with Seth Rollins. But he's going to be great enough that if them two get in the ring for the World Heavyweight Championship, two things gonna happen. They're gonna give you a 5-star match, and they're gonna give you credibility to that new gold belt. It might not be Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is the biggest star in the company. And it might not be Cody Rhodes, because everybody that's white men ages 18 to 34 love Cody Rhodes. And they want to see him finish the story and get the glory that Dusty didn't get. But if you tell me match for match, move for move, bar for bar, word for word, all of that shit, pound for pound, all of them four shits, you give me the montage to Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes will be better than any damn match at WrestleMania that you've seen for the last 5 years. Give me that match as the match that ends WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, hey, hard to dispute that with everything said. You know, I throwing just a wrench in the game here. I think if Seth, I think Roman has like two people that he's I think willing to drop the title to. And you just named both of them as headlining night 2 of WrestleMania. I do honestly do feel, just I mean, all trilogy aside, because y'all know my dark horse pick is Randy Orton. I do think that Roman Reigns is going to drop to either Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes. Now, granted, I know it might seem crazy to say Seth Rollins, but again, the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, the only L that Roman Reigns has taken during his entire Tribal Chief run, it's been to Seth Rollins. All y'all might have forgotten that, but I ain't forgotten that. I ain't forgot that, just like I didn't forget Seth Rollins coming out as the member of the Shield again for the match.
Music and everything.
Yeah, you know, and again, story, grudge match, all of that, everything that Bang said, reiterating everything that he said from not only Seth and Cody, but Seth and Roman. And seeing that is why, to circle it all back to what the original segment, that is why I feel Seth Rollins. I'm like, yo, get dude out of here. Because I got the two best storylines in wrestling, and we can ignite them anytime I'm ready.
We don't need Buddy Ass. He's
We
Buddy
don't
Ass.
need dude here. Like that's the ill thing about Seth Rollins, because he can officially have a main event. He's officially the closer of night to a WrestleMania, no matter who they decide. And it all makes sense, including the Money in the Bank holder, Damian Priest. Like, everybody's in on it. All roads lead to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So it's a dub for him no matter what. And he's going to make somebody's career. He's been doing it since the heist of the century. That is the other reason why. That even him versus Roman makes sense. Him versus Cody makes sense. Him versus Punk makes sense. So it's going to be interesting. Now, again, I mean, but you know what? Some of these stories got to die by Elimination Chamber. Some of these stories got to die. So straight up, everybody's story. Hey, we about to learn the harsh reality that everybody's story ain't worth reading all the way through.
It ain't. It never was.
You know what I'm saying? Marketing 101 as well. What story are you telling with this brand of this product? Hey, and you know what? I'm sure RC Cola had a story, but A&W won. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Dr. Pepper won, though. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter. RC. You know what I'm saying? We got Dr. Pepper, bro.
Hey, man, look, I think you are 200% right. And I'll stand on it. Like you really, really made sense of this way before it needed to be. So yeah, man, we don't need anything else, Jack.
Right.
We don't need anything else with those two. Ain't no real heat.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy thing. Ain't no real heat between Cody and Roman.
Nah.
Ain't no real heat. To be honest, I think they kind of messed up that heat when they didn't use what I said they need to use. Nigga, I'm Dusty's son, not you. He ain't like you.
Yeah.
He ain't like you, fam. He like me. All right. I'm the dream that Dusty had. All right. So when I hold that belt up, what you trying to do, I already did, fam. We good. So, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Hey, man, because you mentioned Trick Williams, man. Want to take it over to NXT real quick. We saw Carmelo Hayes win his first victory on SmackDown, defeating Grayson Waller in the U.S. title tournament. And then you see the storyline between him and Trick Williams. Did he beat up Trick Williams? You know, and all of that stuff. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion to everybody on the internet that Carmelo is the person that did it. This reminds me of The Rock, Stone Cold, and Rikishi.
Oh,
where it's like, yo, I'm gonna find out who did it. Now I know it, and then Rikishi come down like, yo, I did it for the family and everything. To the point where it's so much of a foregone conclusion. I don't think it's going to be exactly Melo as the person who did it.
Really?
I think it's going to be Melo couldn't do it. He wanted to do it, but he know that's his homie. So I can't do it. So I sent somebody else to do it. And then that person is going to be like, yo, I did it for him.
See, I like that.
Not to do it.
I like that because it's playing out better than what I thought it was, which was the original ascension of the game Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
That too.
Because that's where I saw it, because it was like, yo, you know who did it, but they just role reverse. Like, because Shawn Michaels is supposed to be Melo and Trick is supposed to be Triple H. And the whole, but they've done a switcheroo here. So now this is Shawn Michaels trying to stifle Triple H on the come up, like the promo said, like Triple H's promo originally said, yo, you've been trying to hold me back. This ain't your game no more. I picked up the ball when you dropped it. We don't need you here no more.
And I think with Trick and Melo, either way, all roads lead to Trick versus Melo during WrestleMania weekend.
For sure.
It just needs to take a detour in order to make it even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And Melo couldn't do it because that's the homie, so he paid me to do it. Then it introduces another character. Yeah. So maybe at Royal Rumble weekend or around that time where there's another NXT event, that's when we find out that it wasn't Melo that actually did the beating, but he paid to get it done. Mm-hmm. Trick takes out that person who got paid to whoop his ass, and then it leads to Trick versus Melo, which won't be for a title, which I keep telling y'all, fam, it's not about titles. Yeah. The title don't make the man make the title, but some of the best matches of the night, the ones that steal the show, ain't got shit to do with the belt. That's why Melo versus Trick at WrestleMania weekend is going to be amazing and the perfect send-off for Melo to go to the main roster.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it needs somebody else to be Rikishi. And maybe that person, because Rikishi, we thought that was going to be his ascension into the main event scene.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It didn't work out in that way. But
and he looked out of place in that match, too.
Yeah, he did. He did look way out of place in that match. But that's also because how he was built up the whole damn entire time and shit. He was a fun-loving guy, and all that shit. Yeah. He was like, yo, I did it for the family. You know what I'm saying? It was like, nigga, y'all cool.
All of us, and it was so wild. He got serious, covered his ass up, start slicking back the blonde. You know what I mean? The glasses, and I was like, oh, he's back to street business.
But I do think it needs that extra character layer to say, nah, it wasn't, because when he said the Dragunov, it was you. And Dragunov was looked at his ass like, nigga, you tripping. What?
Right. It's like, bro, you know where I was. I was getting ready.
Like when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it ain't Melo. Because this is getting too obvious that it was Melo. It's getting way too obvious. Yeah. And that's the curveball we need. Yeah, it wasn't Melo, but not like Melo didn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
But nah, it was me, fam. Like somebody need at the end of whatever the next pay-per-view before WrestleMania, we need somebody to pick up Trick by his dreadlocks and be like, it was me.
You know what I'm saying?
And then Booker T be like, oh my God. Oh, shucky ducky quack quack. We need that shit.
Right.
And then at the post show, you know what I'm saying? Like Kelly Kincaid, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Melo. Or it could be somebody who believes in Melo. It could be, just throw that out there. I'm not saying that this is the person. But maybe it is Cedric Alexander who did it for Melo because he like, yo, Melo next, and you getting held down by this Mr. Slick ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this man is gonna be the future. Bobby Lashley sent me down to do his bidding or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna jump hard at Bobby Lashley in the Street Profits.
Yeah, nah, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
To throw it out there, hey, I would love it if it was Shawn Michaels or John Cena and be like, yo.
Matter of fact, I have a new prediction, y'all. Brando, you gonna like this because I see Brando's on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is my prediction. That is not gonna happen. But if it does happen, just credit me with another bang, be knowing moment. Melo didn't attack Trick Williams. It's a wrestler that we ain't seen in quite some time that I think by now should be projected to come back. That wrestler, the person who should have attacked Trick Williams, is Odyssey Jones.
Wow. Damn.
We ain't seen Odyssey Jones since he tore his knee up.
Yeah. Wow. Yo, that would be pretty ill. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be pretty ill. Yo.
And
you on something with that.
Yeah, hey, man. Yeah, you know. And maybe is at one of the shows, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's something else. But
I just gonna be like, yo, yeah, man, I'm not losing to your mans. Like what? Like, no, I'm not. No, your mans ain't replacing me. No, we're not doing.
Yeah, like this dude. You in my spot.
Right.
If my leg doesn't get hurt, I'm straight. And matter of fact, I think the next one, let me go ahead and Google this just to be sure. Okay, the next NXT Vengeance happens February 4th. In Clark's, what's that?
I do
Clarksville,
like
Tennessee.
how they take all the tier B paper, but the old school tier B pay-per-views,
right?
Go like NXT events. I mess with that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I do like all of the in your houses and shit.
Yeah,
they giving them all of the in your houses names and all of that shit. But yeah, nah, man, that is my prediction.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait for Trick versus Melo NXT Mind Games. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, no, not even Mind Games. Not even Mind Games. Not even Mind Games. I can't wait the NXT Good Friends, Better Enemies.
Yeah, yeah. Sign it up.
Yeah.
Come on, Sean. You was there.
We about to get we about to get Good Friend Better Enemies after like the next PLE after at the next PLE after WrestleManias. So yeah, so that do we get like I just thought about it. Like they still do they don't do takeovers no more. Just thought about it.
Yeah, no, they've been changing them. Unless takeover is now the WrestleMania weekend event.
Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. That's what it is. That's why I was trying to wonder. New Year's Evil. New Year's Evil. Yeah, at New Year's Evil. That's what should happen at the end of the match at New Year's Evil. Melo gonna look up and he's gonna be gone and he's gonna see Odyssey Jones come out the crowd wherever they at. And he gonna beat the shit out of Trick Williams. And then Melo is going to jump back in the ring and he's gonna look at his homie. He gonna look at Odyssey Jones. Then he gonna give that devious smile like, I'm him. And that's and here's the best part about this. Since we talk about Shawn Michaels, y'all. The great part of that is because Melo becomes Shawn Michaels. Odyssey Jones becomes Diesel.
Yeah,
and they could go up to the main roster together. So that's why my prediction, if Bang was running the show, Sean, Odyssey Jones would beat up Trick Williams and announce himself as the person through Melo is the person who whooped that Trick.
Hey, man, that was pretty stellar. I ain't gonna lie. That would make all these main roster stories step their game up. Because now, yeah, because hey, look, they doing that would highlight how Roman versus Randy ain't getting it done. I'm just throwing it out there. That would highlight it. Like, oh, see, look what they doing down there. We sure we doing this? We sure we doing the Spider-Man meme storyline? We sure we doing that?
Yeah, that's Odyssey, man. Hey, Hold me down. Hold me down. All right, before we do our guarantees and stuff, I see a couple of questions up there. Shouts out to my man Donnie out here. Charlotte Flair is out for 9 months. She tore up that knee. Didn't look good. You know, that shit didn't look good on SmackDown, but she tore up her knee, so she's going to be out in 9 months. So if Charlotte won't be wrestling Bianca, possibly for a title or whatever, what should happen with the Women's World Championship on what? SmackDown?
Well, to be real, I never had Charlotte versus Bianca.
Yeah, we
I got Bayley versus somebody. No way Bayley is going to get another year not fighting for or fighting as the champion at WrestleMania. I don't think that's possible. So my money's on Bayley. I don't have a definite road to how she's going to get the title. Well, yes, I do. Because, I said this weeks ago. I think Io Sky's reign ends with Bayley, and Bayley is the champ going into WrestleMania. Yeah, that's what I got.
Do you think that should happen going into WrestleMania, or do you think that should happen at WrestleMania?
Going into Io Bayley is a Royal Rumble fast lane.
Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would not be mad if it's Io Sky versus Bayley at WrestleMania, because then they turn on Bayley.
Yeah. You know, I think since my get them before they get you hasn't happened, I wouldn't mind it stretching out till WrestleMania. But I do think that I think it's going to take some time, because Bayley is going to be face. So with Bayley being face and the champ, Damage Control will be chasing her all the way there. And nobody in Damage Control, unless Dakota Kai is going to heal, I don't want to see any of them versus her at WrestleMania. Even Io, just only because Bayley is a great storyteller outside of the match, and the only other great one in that circle is Dakota Kai.
Well, I disagree with you to a bit, and this is how I break that down. Because with at least the Asian women, they all used to be in a group with each other in the first place.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dakota becomes the mouthpiece. She ain't gonna wrestle, but she gonna be the mouthpiece. She's their Bobby Heenan, so to speak. Right? Yeah. So, eventually when they do turn on Bayley, because Bayley's still the face of the group, when they turn on her, you have Dakota talking for him and everything, but Bayley has to go through Asuka, has to go through Kairi Sane. She don't win the Royal Rumble, because my caveat to that is next, but she don't win the Royal Rumble, but she has to win to face Io Sky on night 1 of WrestleMania for the championship. She does, and I also believe that people are longing to support Bayley. Bayley ain't got to give us the old music Bayley and giving hugs and all of that shit, but people want to support Bayley. And I think Bayley versus Asuka would make for a great secondary match for one of the world championships. I don't want to see Asuka versus somebody. I do want to see Io in a prime spot. But the clear winner of the Royal Rumble is now Bianca Belair. And there's no match that I have not wanted to see for quite some time that with Charlotte Flair out the way for 9 months, we finally get to see it at WrestleMania, y'all. Okay. Bianca Belair wins the Royal Rumble, and she heads over to the Red Brand to wrestle Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. There's no other reason not to make this happen, ladies and gentlemen, unless Sasha Banks is going to come back and Sasha Banks, or she tell them, no, I need to be Mercedes Moné while I'm here. Unless that shit happens, we don't care, y'all. This is now no other reason that we need to see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Hey, Becky Lynch, Go do something else.
Yeah.
Go win the Mae Young Memorial Battle Royal or some shit. Go do that or host WrestleMania. You and your daughter host it. Go do something else. But no. We don't need you. Now go wrestle Nia Jax. All right, go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or go find you, since Charlotte is out, go find you another woman. Go get Raquel Rodriguez, Gonzalez, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Go get Raquel. You know what I'm saying? And y'all go wrestle the Kabuki Warriors for the tag team titles, because Chelsea Green, your time is up. I ain't even got to say, you know what I'm saying, Piper Nevin, you know what I'm saying? Chelsea Green, your time is up. All right. Y'all gonna lose to the Kabuki Warriors. Hey, Becky, go find you another woman, and then y'all go get that. Maybe it is Nixon. That what's not Nixon? Maybe it's Tegan Knox, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's somebody else, you know, but y'all go together and y'all wrestle in for the tag team championships at WrestleMania and solidify a great match for the tag team championships. But ain't no Charlotte. So we ain't getting Charlotte versus Bianca. Give us what we want, y'all. 2 big women. Bumping meat. Give me Bianca versus Rhea.
Bianca versus Rhea. Okay. At first I was like, not that I had a pick for who was going to win the Royal Rumble for the women, but since you put it like that, now I do want to see Bianca Belair win the Royal Rumble. I do. Because I do want to see Bianca Rhea. Look, I'm just tired of seeing Damage Control. Like, I'm tired of it. I don't. And which is wild, because I've liked all of these women individually, like, or as tag teams. Like, I've liked them in every mix but this one. And that is why I'm like, yo, Bayley taking the title at the Royal Rumble and then fighting to keep it, fighting them off, fighting the Asian girls off until we get to magically the Elimination Chamber, and Dakota Kai ain't been hurt the whole time. And she take off her cast and start beating her in the head with it. And then that's the match. I think that's cool for her, because for everything that she's missed out on. And yeah, maybe it opens WrestleMania night 1 or 2. But again, I do think that even though she obviously is the mouthpiece for the ladies, it ain't working on me, is what I'll say. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for y'all. It ain't working on me.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't working on me. You gotta do something.
It ain't working on me. I like your scenario. I love it for the night after WrestleMania, though. After Bayley takes the belt for Io Sky, then the night after WrestleMania, then we get, you know, the women go out there and everything, and then like the 3 women, you know, the Kabuki Warriors, and Io Sky, they're all on the ring ropes, looking at Bayley with the belt, and Bayley, SmackDown, excuse me, and then Bayley's looking like, yo, she got to defend herself and shit like that, and then they jump off of the ring apron, and Bayley's looking confused, and then she turns around and she get kicked the shit out of a returning Dakota Kai, and that sets them up for Backlash. Hey man, we out here making storylines and shit.
I mean, come on, man. Who better than us?
So I'm with you. Literally. It's the next night, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that too, because the Raw after Mania, the Raw after Mania should be lit again. Like, come on. What we doing?
All right, man. Shouts out to our man, Elliot. Hey, yo. Do you think, and talking about Melo and Trick, do you think this is like, Melo and Trick, CM Punk, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, do you think that was like Brett and Sean post screw job?
I think that's fair. Because the one person that has been very vocal about everything since 2013 has been Seth Rollins. Vocal to anybody that's saying like, oh, they would love to wrestle Seth Rollins was like, well, he was like, well, sign the contract. But you sign the contract over here. I'm not going to New Japan. I'm not going to MLW. I'm not going to AEW. Y'all come here. Do what it takes to get here. And then we can do whatever y'all talking about. And, you know, obviously the Shawn Brett thing was a little different because, you know, Brett obviously felt a way about Shawn now being the guy. And he didn't want to relinquish that versus a situation where CM Punk just said he was the guy, but he was never the guy's guy, that being Vince McMahon. And, you know, it soured things on all ends. But yeah, it does have screw job vibes for sure. But this time, you know, Bret Hart never had to prove who he was when he came back. I think CM Punk does. I don't necessarily think over the last 10 years CM Punk has did anything to really carry that best in the world title or moniker, if you will, that would warrant it being an issue or like a scathing jab here in the WWE. Like, look, all them, what's that other show that they got? Not a Dynamite, but what's the other joint, the Thursday joint on AEW? What was that shit called? Because it's After Dark and it's the
I forgot the name of that shit.
Yeah. All them Thursday matches he was doing, whether he was talking 15, 20 minutes and then just wrestling.
Collision.
Yes. Yeah, all those collisions he was having on Thursday nights, that wouldn't move in the needle versus what Seth Rollins was doing. And I am curious about how he looks. Not the Royal Rumble. I want real matches to get booked for CM Punk, and I want to see how those go. I think he needs to close out the year wrestling. Close out the year wrestling, the last 2 Raws and the first 3 Raws. He's got to start wrestling because all this talking is cute and it's cool, but yo, there's been some Seth Rollins matches on a Monday night that wasn't for nothing but pride, and he was smoking.
And the Omos match too.
Yeah, yes, you know what I'm saying.
Best match Omos ever had.
Exactly. So until we see that, you know, nothing's for sure. But yes, does carry screwjob vibes for sure for me.
All right, man. Well, look, we gave y'all a couple of storylines. Hope to see what I really hope that the Odyssey Jones things happen, though. I really hope that Odyssey Jones joint, if that happens, yo, y'all can't tell me shit.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Because ain't none of y'all niggas. Yeah, because ain't none of y'all niggas thought about Odyssey Jones. Even when he was in NXT, y'all ain't think about Odyssey Jones. But if you want to put that buddy, if you want to put him in a prime spot, man, Odyssey Jones and Carmelo, hey, there you go right there.
Okay, not mad at it, man.
Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Since y'all want to compare, Melo with Shawn Michaels, well, there go his Kevin Nash. There go his black Kevin Nash. Let's make it happen. All right, man. Look, man, it's been great.
Yeah, kicking
it with y'all. This morning we got a couple of shows before 2024 gets here, so in the next couple of weeks we will be discussing some of our favorite moments of 2023 and stuff like that. Give out our MVPs, our rookie of the years and all of that, you know what I'm saying, which should be easy, which should be easy.
Man.
When you look at some of the things that's going on, it's not a lot of people that you can throw up in that box, but we gonna figure it out, man. Or our next. Right, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like who we pick for 2024 to have a great year and all of that. But we got a couple of weeks before we get that done, man. Happy holidays. Pass it on over to Camp from the Port.
Yeah. And because I didn't give it officially, my guarantee for this week, I'm going to go back to the Bloodline story. I got a couple things happening here, but I'm going to stick with this. I think after Solo versus Jimmy happens, I think what we're going to see is the underlying fact that Jimmy and Jey Uso ain't been winning matches. I think with all the fanfare, with all the shirts sold, with all the 50 Uso things happening.
Yeet!
You know what I'm saying? And the yeeting, got to start winning. And unfortunately, they haven't been doing that. And I do believe whether it takes the beating from Solo or the loss to Roman Reigns, dropping the title, I think Jimmy and Jay come together and be like, yo, I mean, hey, ain't nothing like when we together. Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you did your thing. You did your thing, and I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm proud of you too.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, and you did the best you could over there with him. You know, you did the best you could. Yo, we running it back. I got you, Oos. And then
it'll be looking like Duck and JT on the 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know,
back when and just for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, JT was and Duck ain't like each other because Duck girlfriend was getting smashed by JT. He been trying to get that girl since they was in high school. Yeah. And what was funny about the whole thing is that JT didn't even end up with Shorty. He ended up with the Shorty that he was knocking his whole basically career and shit. Yeah. He at the park and they playing with kids and shit. He got the sun up like, and then he turned around and he see his brother. That's gonna be Jimmy and Jay. That's gonna be Jimmy and Jay at the family reunion. At the family reunion, and Roman gonna be looking over like, man, fuck these niggas, man.
You know,
who wants some sausage?
Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but yeah, man. So that's what I got happening. I got the Usos coming together. I mean, I think the humbleness gets beaten to Jimmy by Solo, and then he gotta go to Raw and be like, yo, bro, hey, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You know? And this is not an ad, but I won $100 on Underdog Fantasy last night.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying?
Hey!
I'm gonna get you $100 in that pick 5. So I gotta try again today. so that's
not an ad, but hey. It's not an ad, but hey, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and even though it ain't really mine, use code CAM. That's how I doubled my money to get the extra $5 to win the $100.
Hey, Cameron Giles, Mason Betha. We heard that y'all was looking at all types of programming, fam.
Yeah, man.
That was basically an ad, niggas.
Bro, I mean, what's up?
Man, tell Ed to go talk. Tell Ed to make the connection, fam.
That is a fact. We are working on that. We are definitely working on that. Hey, man, but while we work on that, we want to thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for checking out this program right here, hopping that live stream. We see that live stream hit double digits. We appreciate that. That's gratitude for that, man. We love the questions. We love the conversation that takes place in the chat. We try to react and we try to answer as much as we can. Hopefully, we gave y'all some wrestling insight that you can use out here. And hey, maybe, just maybe, we might have one of y'all on the show and we can have a little segment with y'all or something in 2024, something like that, man. You never know what can happen. All we can say is that we are trying to grow this community, and all of you being a part of the community with the likes, the shares, the comments, the questions, joining the live stream, taking over for the PLE, threads, all of it is greatly appreciated, and we cannot do it without each and every one of you. So the next time you want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Pick, VP, DOC, and we are out. Let's get the ice cream bars going.
I'm with that.